Is it the beginning of the end of the Boris Johnson era? The British Prime Minister has survived a vote of no confidence in his Conservative group. But the result was far closer than expected. Only 211 Tory MPs expressed their confidence in Johnson in London, as the chairman of the responsible party committee, the 1922 committee, Graham Brady, announced in London. On the other hand, 148 of his parliamentary group colleagues voted to vote Johnson out of office as party leader and thus also as prime minister. The head of government is considered to be badly damaged by this. Johnson struggled to portray the result as a great success, but he still tried. "I think this is an extremely good, positive, conclusive and decisive result," said the Conservative Party leader in a television interview after the vote. I only could shake my head when I saw that. But he said, "What that means is that we as government can now move forward and focus on things that I think people really care about." Johnson had come under pressure after details came to light about parties at his Downing Street office during the corona lockdowns, and some of which were excessive. The Conservative politician tolerated the celebrations and even attended some of them. An investigative report accused Downing Street officials of leadership failure. And Johnson himself was fined for attending an illegal lockdown party, becoming the first incumbent UK Prime Minister to be proven to have broken the law and be fined for that. Johnson portrayed the criticism as pure media hype. He was happy to now only be able to talk about his government's priorities and no longer about all the stuff that is obsessive and compulsive interests to journalists, and he anyway blamed the media. A further vote of no confidence is now ruled out for a period of 12 months under the current rules of the British Conservatives. Johnson's confidence therefore demanded that criticism of the Prime Minister's leadership role be drawn to a halt. But it is hardly to be expected, and I will not stop criticizing him only because of that funny vote there. I think it's important now to remember that we are only able to deliver if we are united. That's what Education Minister Nadeem Zahawi told Sky News after the vote. It is now time to look ahead and to be able to devote time to topics such as the economy and the rapidly rising inflation. Yeah, we are all waiting for you to do your job. However, opposition leader Keir Starmer accused the Conservatives of not having a plan for tackling these problems. It is now clearer than ever how divided the Tory party is. The British public is fed up with a Prime Minister who promises a lot but never keeps those promises, the Labour leader said. It wasn't just his lax attitude towards his own rules that got Johnson's opponents in his own party on the barricades. Tory MP and longtime Johnson companion Jesse Norman accused the Prime Minister of endangering the unity of the country, among other things. He described the confrontational course with Brussels on the Northern Ireland question as economically very harmful, politically foolish, and almost certainly illegal. He described Johnson's plan to deport refugees to Rwanda as ugly, likely counterproductive, and of dubious legality. Johnson, on the other hand, does not have a long-term political agenda. Instead, he's just trying to campaign, constantly changing the subject and creating political and cultural divides, mostly for his own benefit. Also of concern to Johnson was that the rebellion did not appear to be coming from just one wing of the party. For example, his critics include both die-hard Brexit supporters such as Steve Baker and ex-Brexit Secretary David Davis, as well as Remainers such as Tobias Ellwood, who recently called for a return to the EU single market. For months, party colleagues had repeatedly called on Johnson to resign. The attempt to chase him out of office has now failed for the time being. Although Johnson still has the majority of the parliamentary group behind him, the fronts within his own party seem so hardened that governing is likely to become increasingly difficult for him. The next crisis for Johnson looms when by-elections are held in 2 English constituencies on June 23rd. In at least one of them, the Tories must brace themselves for a heavy defeat. And I'm still wondering how long this man is going to be in office. And I'll see you in my next video. Bis gleich.